I enjoy it. My guests enjoy it. So I love to have it. Just as a PSA, I am not a doctor. I'm not an esthetician. I'm not a dermatologist. So everything that I say on here are things that have worked for me, and I like to share them with people. I talk about skincare and stuff like that all the time. So, but I just wanted you to know that if you do have any kind of issues, skin or otherwise, to definitely visit a doctor and make sure that you get, you seek professional help. This is just a tips, tricks, and hacks show of things that me and my guests have done that show like that we like to do to build up our energy and build up our glow. And so it's not to be taken as medical advice, okay? We'll definitely always like to put out that PSA, because a lot of times it's like, I don't want anyone to be like, you told me to use this. I'm not a doctor, okay? So if you do have any kind of issues, make sure that you seek medical help first. And before doing anything or purchasing anything that you may see on here today. With that being said, my form of owning my glow and my form of self-care is my skincare routine. I am obsessed with my skin. I want to age backwards. I love, love, love doing my skincare routine. Do not troll me with the gifts, okay? I love, love, love my skin, and I want to age backwards. So I focus on my skin. I've been working solely on my skin once a week, every week for like 15 years now. And I'm obsessed with it. I love any form of skincare. So I definitely like to share the things that I do and love here with you guys. So that is what this is for. So before we get into what the show is about, yes, it's an amazing obsession, and I will always be obsessed with my skin because I want to get to a point where I don't need to wear makeup if I don't want to. Right now, I have absolutely no makeup on. My skin is completely clean. As you guys know, I wash my skin before my show, so it's clean. There's no product on it, no nothing. And then we get into a skincare regimen that I like to do once a week. So with that being said, what do I wash my face with? Right now, I am obsessed with this Reshma Turmeric and Curcumin daily face wash. It is a very soft cleanser. Like I stated before, if you are not a scheduled guest on my Own Your Glow show, you cannot request the box. It is only for scheduled guests today, so you have to come back later when I'm streaming. This is a deep cleansing and smoothing facial wash. It's so amazing. It cleans, it lifts, it brightens. I love this daily washer. It's almost empty. I've been using it a lot, so definitely check it out. It is going to be added to my Amazon storefront. So I wash that. What do I wash my face with? I wash no, because I think that it has silicic acid. I personally have very, very sensitive skin. So the Panoxyl I can't use because of the silicic acid in it. So again, when you are purchasing a lot of these over-the-counter products, make sure that you read what's inside. I know my skin, because I've been working with my skin for a very long time, that I cannot use anything that has silicic acid in it. So I don't use that product. I wash my face with this rubber face scrubber. It is rubber, so it's very, very soft on the face. I cannot use any of the mechanical face washes or mechanical brushes on my face because, like, again, my skin is very sensitive and it rips like my skin, and then it causes like dead skin, which ages you. So I really like to keep it very soft, very, very gentle with the products that I like to use. After washing my face, today specifically, we're gonna go in with a deep pore cleanser. So why, just like with your body, like I said on last week's show, it's really important to make sure that you properly wash your skin so you can get anything that's kind of like deep in those pores, right? A lot of times we have like whiteheads, blackheads, and things like that because the dirt goes really deep into our pores. So we gotta go fishing and get them out, all right? So I like to wash my face with a gentle daily cleanser every single day, but like once or twice a week, I like to go in with a deep pore cleanser and just kind of get in there and make sure that I get all of that dirt out. So I am, again, obsessed. Right now it's summertime. It's going to get dark. It's going to get hot. So because it's going to get hot, we're going to get much, much darker. So right now I'm very much focused on brightening and hydrating my skin to make sure that it stays really nice and supple and soft, as well as bright and illuminated for the summertime. So I'm obsessed with turmeric, obsessed. And I am going to be using a Modern C turmeric and vitamin C face scrub. So this is going to be my deep pore cleanser. When you are going in with a deep pore cleanser, make sure that you use something that has some kind of microdermabrasion in it, right? So basically something that has like seeds or like some kind of like abrasion that can go and make sure that it just kind of like lifts up all of that dead skin that is left on your face. How do I remove my deep pore cleanser? I remove it with my ultrasonic sound scrubber or my skin spatula. That's another way you can find it on my Amazon storefront. This product, this tool is absolutely amazing. It has changed my skincare regimen for the better. It literally goes in and lifts up all of that dirt, that dead skin, and it leaves you with baby soft skin. It's so amazing, so that you can go in and do all of the things that you need to do to your skin. After that, I love to go in with my first mask of the day, which is always a peel off mask. I feel like even though I do my deep pore cleanser, I just need something that just kind of takes off anything that's left, right? Because, you know, sometimes these little dirt molecules like to just bury themselves, you know, within that first layer of dead skin. So we're gonna peel it off, okay? So I go in with my Spa-scriptions Black Peel Off with vitamin C. It minimizes, smooths, and strengthens your skin. I love this. Make sure you're very careful with peel off masks. I know that people have complained about it. You know, again, make sure that as you're growing, you're glowing, and learning about your skin, what your skin can and can't take. Certain people are allergic. Some people are, you know, their skin can't handle a lot of these types of regimens. So make sure that you're just aware of what you can and you're comfortable doing and not doing. Me personally, I love a good peel off mask. I love a good black mask. It's amazing. Charcoal is one of the best things for you. It's fortifying, it's cleansing, it detoxes, it does all of the things it needs to do. So that will be my first mask of the day. And then my second mask of the day is this amazing. So I am obsessed with natural soaps and things of that nature. This self-preserving turmeric fresh face mask I got from Lush. I love Lush. I love a natural soap. I'm a natural girly. I love to do a lot of holistic type of regimens, holistic being things that you can find in nature, right? So I'm obsessed with anything that is natural and that I can make at home if I need to. So this is a turmeric face mask. It is from Lush. It won't be on my Amazon storefront, but definitely check them out if you guys do have like a natural soap store in your neighborhood. Make sure you check it out because they have really, really good things in there. And then after that, I'm into this BioCollagen face mask, but I like to do it at night, so I won't be doing it on stream, but you can find this on my Amazon storefront. It is by Biodance. It's a BioCollagen Real Deep Mask. You leave it on for about 5 to 6 hours, and when I tell you the illumination that you come out with the next day is incredible. That is part of why my skin is glowing right now, even though there's absolutely no product on my skin, is this bad boy right here. It is just all, like I said, this summer, I'm really trying to focus on illuminating, hydrating, and just brightening my skin. So I want the glow to come from within, right? So I'm making sure that I am not only wearing my collagen mask, I am drinking my collagen. Yes, it can work if you have a beard. They cut it up into 2 pieces. So they have one that's for like just the face, and then they have the other part for the like mouth piece. I would suggest that even if you have a beard, to still put it on, because a lot of times men specifically don't realize that, like, not only should you exfoliate your beard to kind of get off all of that ingrown hair and dead skin that can form under your beard. That's why a lot of men, even though they have beards, they break out severely in that area because they don't exfoliate that area, nor do they. It's not working. It should be working. But not only should you exfoliate that area, but you should definitely hydrate that area as well. So putting the biocollagen mask on your mustache area, beard area is also very important. So yeah, definitely check that out. But like if you don't want to, it comes into 2 pieces, so you can just put it on the top part of your face. So yeah, and then before that, I am obsessed right now with Korean skincare. Korean skincare is the game-changing resource right now in skincare. I mean, the Koreans have come in and just changed the game. I am totally immersed in snail mucin. It is, I live by it. I don't know. It's just really changed my skin. I feel the difference every time I wear it. I wear it every single day. So we're gonna go in with some serums after our masks. Before we go into the serum, I like to start with a toner just to kind of set the face. So I go in with my Versed Weekend Glow Daily Brightening Solution. It is incredible, okay? Incredible. I used to use a different toner, and I still have it, but this new toner that I've been using is amazing. Normally I put some collagen on my skin serum-wise, but today we're not doing that because we are doing the Snail Mucin. It is Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. This Snail Mucin is incredible. Okay, it's incredible. I know you're thinking snail mucin. Yeah, snail mucus, snail mucin. Mwah. Okay, I swear by it. It has changed my face. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then we're gonna finish with the Medicube. The Medicube I was put on by, I think, my friend Clementine, who's also a guest today. Medicube has this deep vitamin C capsule cream. It is incredible. Like I said, if you want to brighten your skin, you want to illuminate your skin, the 2 products that I always suggest is turmeric and or vitamin C. Okay, vitamin C is like essential. Okay, but be careful. I always talk about turmeric. If you are of the lighter skin complexion, make sure that you're very careful with turmeric, because turmeric is a staining agent. Okay, it can stain your skin and it's very, very dangerous. So make sure that you're careful. Like I said, if you have a lighter skin complexion when you're using turmeric. Vitamin C though is always a go-to. It is amazing. This Medicube is it's part of my regimen now. I can't talk about it enough, so definitely check that out. With that being said, some of the tools that I like to use, like I was saying, is my ultrasonic sound scrubber. This skin spatula is incredible. It has changed my skin regimen for the better. I also like to use my Jade Roller. All right, this is to help put all the serums and make sure that you kind of like push all of those serums deep into your pores. It is amazing, okay? If you leave it in the freezer, it also acts as one of those like ice cube thingies where it just helps with inflammation of the skin and just helps like bring down like anything, like any kind of inflammation that you've had over the night. It just helps with that. If you cry, if you suffer from allergies, it just really helps with the eyes, the nose area. It's changed my life. And then also I use my gua sha. I cannot find it. I was looking for it this morning. I am obsessed with my gua sha. Everybody who knows me knows that. I use it to help tone my face, contour my face, help with lymphatic draining in my face. It helps just drain all of that unnecessary liquid and buildup. It's a lot of like lymphatic drainage is basically like, all like your lymph nodes get inflamed. So it helps drain a lot of like the unnecessary buildup of liquid in our face, because a lot of times you're puffy is because there's a lot of liquid in your face. So gua shaing is essential. I live by it. I try to do it at least twice a week. If you don't gua sha there, you can use your hands and just do a lot of facial massage. It will help preserve, like I said, if you're getting any kind of a double chin or you're getting any kind of loose neck or anything like that, it helps really help tone those areas of your face. And then, like I said, it also helps with contouring of the face too. So again, this is the stuff that I just do every week. I'm obsessed with it. If you guys have any questions, make sure to hit me up and send me a message. I love talking skincare. I'll talk about it all day, every day. If you are just now joining, this is Own Your Glow with me, Tantric Lova. I just went over my skincare regimen. Let's get into the topic of the day. We're talking hair growth, okay? That's what we're talking about today. I wanted to talk about this today because I have been like really focusing on my natural hair care journey. I know you guys know that I do a lot of things with my hair. I'm constantly wearing different wigs and different hair pieces or whatever, but I am also on the other side making trying to focus on like naturally growing my hair and doing things like that. So there are a couple things that have been helping me and I wanted to share it with you guys today. First and foremost, making sure that your hair is washed, because I suffer from a lot of sulfate, right? That is basically, to dumb it down, salt on your hair, right? When you sweat and when you do a lot of activities, you get a lot of dandruff on your hair, right? Yeah, exactly. Oil buildup and things like that. So when you do have that, right? I don't wash my hair every single day. As a person with 4C hair, I don't recommend washing your hair every single day. Now, if you want to wash your hair every single day, that is always your call. But me personally, I don't wash my hair every single day. But when I do, using a very good fortifying shampoo is really important. I have, in the last couple of months, really been in tune with like I said, holistic kind of homemade products, because I've noticed that a lot of the girlies that I follow on Instagram, that's what they use. And if it's working for them, I want to try it. So I've been making a lot of my own shampoos and hair scrubs. So that's what I've been focusing on, is trying to take a lot of that buildup that is stuck on your scalp, just like on your skin. Buildup can get stuck on your scalp and cause itchiness, flakiness, and things of that nature. I know that I don't have psoriasis. I'm pretty sure I do have a little bit of dry skin, because I do have a little bit of dry skin on my face as well. So I have been using a lot of cloves and cinnamon in my products, in my homemade products, because I've learned that cloves have a really good fortifying agent in them that helps stimulate hair growth, as well as cinnamon that also does that. So a lot of my new, and rosemary, a lot of my new homemade products do have that. I was going to show you some of those products, but I've been using them a lot, so they're almost all empty, so it doesn't really make any sense. But one of the best tools that I have added to my Amazon storefront is this. I'm not really sure what they call this, but it is a scalp scrubber, okay? So when you do shampoo your hair, I had really itchy scalp, okay? So this actually goes in and is able to help just lift all of that dead skin, all of that dry skin, all of that, anything that you're really suffering from, all that sulfur for me specifically, it just helps lift it up. So I use this every time I wash my scalp. It is amazing. It's a game changer. I love it. All right. So this is definitely something that I would suggest. And like I said, I added to my Amazon storefront. I love this so much. I make, like I said, a homemade scrub that has brown sugar in it, my shampoo, as well as some powdered cloves and powdered rosemary. Like I said, almost everything now that I use for my scalp has rosemary and cloves in it. And I've definitely noticed a difference in my scalp with doing that. It's really changed. I didn't even realize the power of cloves until very recently, and it's definitely changed my game and how I look at my hair. Another thing that I was told by my good friend Clementine is to really get into the hair, nails, and skin supplements. I did not know that. Okay, nice. That's good to know. And so I bought the Biotin Collagen and Keratin hair, nails, and skin. This is, like when I tell you the new growth that I found, because specifically I have a lot of issues with like my hairline and things like that. So the new growth that I've seen since using these capsules is crazy. Like, it's insane. I didn't realize how like important taking supplements for your hair was until I started taking them, and it's really changed the game. Again, make sure that you seek any kind of medical advice first before you start taking anything to do with like taking capsules, because it's not medicine, but it will change, your body composition. So make sure that before you do anything that you seek any kind of, like if you, like I said, if you're suffering from any kind of issues to seek medical advice before you do start taking supplements. But I have been taking the biotin, and it's really changed. Like I see a lot of new growth, like a lot lately. It's been amazing. Another thing that I've really gotten into is oils. Okay, I've realized that just using oil is not good enough, that you have to really get into organic oils. So I am obsessed with this organic castor oil. Castor oil is a huge what's the word? Necessity when it comes to hair growth. I am obsessed with castor oil. It helps with growing anything. Anywhere you need help with hair growth, make sure you put castor oil, whether it's your eyelashes, your eyebrows, your hair. Make sure that it is organic, because a lot of times when you don't get the organic stuff, they mix it with a lot of stuff or they dilute it, right? And so making sure that whenever you get into oils and stuff like that, that you go organic. And the price range is usually about $20 to $50, depending on what type of products you are using. But getting the organic stuff, it really does make a difference. It really does. I know. But listen, you put the money into things that you want. Castor oil is not contagious. I mean, it's not poisonous, no. It's not poisonous. It's very healthy for you. Like, again, it is cold pressed. I know people who drink castor oil. It's not poisonous, no. I know people that drink castor oil. It's actually very good for you. I not only put it on my scalp, but I also put it on I do a castor oil pack. It helps relieve toxins out of your stomach. What is going on? So I actually, sleep with it on my stomach. I rub it on my stomach overnight and sleep with it overnight. It is amazing, okay? It's amazing. I swear by it. Another thing that I have been doing a lot lately is I've been doing aloe vera scrubs. So I learned, like I said, from these natural holistic girlies that I found on Instagram, I've learned that aloe vera is amazing for hair growth. It is amazing, okay? So making sure that you do hair masks will be vital for hair growth, especially if you are on like a holistic hair journey. It's vital. I love aloe vera. It works for me specifically as a girl with 4C hair. Also, figuring out what type of hair you have is really, truly essential. I've realized that too. Not everybody has the same type of hair. Porosity matters. And so you have 4A. I love that for you. So porosity matters. And so learning what type of hair you have makes a very big difference in the type of products that you use. So making sure that you do that is really important, and will change how you look at your hair. So that for me has been, like I said, super important to growing and fortifying my hair for sure. You guys, if you're now just joining, the amount of people that just joined in the last few minutes is crazy. If you're not just joining, this is Own Your Glow with me, Tantric Lova, as your host. Thank you guys for being here. Let's get into the skincare. Let's get into the guests. I know that one of my guests is here, so we're gonna bring her up. I love to see it. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi.
Hello, happy Sunday. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So tell me, as I start my skincare, how do you like to own your glow? What are some things that you like to do to own your glow?
For me, skincare is also a big thing. I've gotten into like face masks once a week. I wash my face pretty much twice a day, and then do like a couple other things with that. I'm also really big on my mental health though.
Okay, so let's unpack some things and then we can get into the mental health. So you say that skincare is really important to you. I love that you wash your face twice a day. What products do you use, and like what have you been seeing with the products that you use?
I have a night and day face wash that like comes in a pack. It's like Skin Co or something like that. I'm blanking on the name right now.
Oh, it's okay. So you use a night and day face wash every day.
Yeah, and then I have one that it's a makeup wash, like it cleans your makeup off, and then like just it's a face wash also that I put on top of that.
Okay, awesome. So I love that. A lot of people don't realize that you should be separating like your like makeup remover and then using like a daily cleanser to remove whatever's left on like your face. So I love that. So after you wash your face, what's next?
I have moisturizer that I put on. I have vitamin C oil that I use.
Ooh, I love it. How long have you been using the vitamin C oil, and like what have you noticed about your skin?
Like 3 months. I've noticed that like my acne is a lot better for one.
I love that. So are there any specific products that you use to battle like acne?
I haven't really like had super bad acne, so I haven't like tried to focus on that. But like the acne that I have had has gotten better.
Okay.
Using the face washes that I've started using in the vitamin C oil.
Nice. Okay, that's awesome. Where did you purchase your like skincare products?
I do a lot of like I have this like beauty store next to me. And I get a lot of my stuff there. And then Amazon as well.
We love a good Amazon skincare routine. A lot of my products come from Amazon too. I love it. I'm obsessed. Like I said, if you guys need any additional information, make sure you hit up my Amazon storefront. Awesome. So I love that I love that you take care of your skin and it's been helping with your acne and stuff like that. So you were saying that you also focus on your mental wellness as well. Let's talk about that.
I have 2 different disorders that make it hard to deal with my emotions.
Okay.
So I've been trying to like learn more coping skills and regulatory tools. And one thing that has like really stuck with me is safe space visualization.
Okay, so before we get into your forms of therapy, do you mind sharing with us your mental, you said disorders?
Yeah, I'm got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and bipolar disorder.
Oh wow, that must be really, really tough. Thank you for being comfortable enough to share that with us. So what are some things that you do to help with coping with your emotions?
When I do have my big breakouts, because I still do, it's hard not to, because like I get triggered by like literally anything. But now
what do you mean by you get triggered by anything?
Like I'm reactionary because of my disorders, and I'll like blow up if something I don't like happens, and something I disagree with. And I've been working on like that mainly, as like I need to like not be as reactionary, and so I need to like take a step back, breathe before like opening my mouth or talking in the situation.
I love that. I am huge on like, obviously we all deal with the world coming at us on a daily basis, right? As soon as you wake up, the world's coming at you. And so learning how to respond in a proper way is truly important. So I love that that's something that you work on. So what are certain practices that you do to help with how you respond to things that happen to you?
Like I was saying earlier, the safe place visualization is one that I'll spend like 20 to 30 seconds just visualizing my safe place, which for me is my parents' cabin that I used to go to growing up, because that was like all of my good childhood memories took place there. And so
how does that work? Teach me. I want to do a safe space visualization. How does that work? Show me how it works.
So you take 3 big deep breaths, and then in your mind you focus on the place and let it come into picture.
Okay.
And you what you do with it is you see three things, you try to hear three things in the environment that you're like your safe places, and then you try to touch three things.
Wow. That's a different form of meditation than I've ever done, and I love that. So do you only do this when you feel anxiety?
I do it a lot, actually. I've learned that the more practice I put into it, the more it's coming up when I'm in my situations where I need it.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So it's something that you automatically just kind of do once you feel anxiety because you practice it all the time.
Yeah.
I love that. So is it something that you do upon waking? Because I do different forms of meditation when I wake up. Before I like check my phone or start my day, I like to like also like kind of.
I don't touch my phone for the first hour. I'm like, nah, I won't touch any device. My boyfriend will turn on the TV and I'm like, bro. Like I want it quiet and like I'm trying to wake up.
Love that. I love that. Actually, it was a guest of mine on my show that told me, yeah, like to meditate in the morning and make sure that you kind of bring yourself to a point of presence before like dealing with the world, right? And so I
realized before I did that, I was like, because I lived with my boyfriend, I lived with him for a couple months, almost a year. But I've realized that like before, I would wake up and instantly like be reactionary or like be like in a mood if I like, and when I wake up and I'm like, okay, I need to breathe, I need to like relax and meditate and get myself feeling okay, then I like go and like cuddle with him, and like I wake up probably like an hour to 2 hours before he wakes up now, so that like I can have my little time alone.
I love that. That's so awesome. You guys, if you're not just joining, this is Own Your Glow with me, Tantric Lover. I got Wabbit, not Rabbit, Wabbit in the box. Okay. And we're talking, listen, aside from skincare, meditation is my next, I love falling into a good meditation. It truly uplifts the spirit. And I love that you have taken like a proactive, kind of take on like your issues and your disorders, and you found things that really work for you. I will definitely be trying the safe space method, and I think that's amazing, to be honest. Like, and it makes a lot of sense because I do suffer from a lot of anxiety myself, especially lately, and so
I have a tattoo on my wrist that says "Just Breathe" because of my anxiety.
I love that. I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me, so we've talked skincare routine, we've talked safe space, exercises. What else do you like to do to own your glow?
I do a lot of, I'm a writer.
Okay.
So I do a lot of journaling and like just writing stories and other stuff like that. I feel like that like puts me in my like place where I'm like happy and doing my thing, and like I can be imaginary,
I love that. So what about writing makes you feel good?
It's the imaginary aspect. It's like I can make whatever I want happen. And like in my stories, like, and it's like I've made like a couple really good writer stories, like short.
So what's your genre? Like I know what you said is creative writing, but what specific genre do you like to?
Comedy and romance are my two.
Romance?
Yeah. Comedy and romance.
What was the first one? Comedy and romance. I love that. So what does it do? How does it make you feel once you've written something? Like how do you feel about that?
Accomplished. I've posted 1 or 2 short stories on Reddit and had them like completely blow up, which is like really cool.
I love that. That's awesome. I'm huge on like fan fiction. Like I used to be growing up, I used to be totally into like
my sister writes fan fiction.
Yeah, I used to be totally into like vampire fan fiction and stuff like that. And just like, yeah, it got kind of weird after a while. But I was definitely into that. That's so awesome. I love that. So where do you want to take your writing? Like, why would you suggest that people write?
If you're like have that niche for it, or like that like want to or like desire, I guess is the right word, then like I feel like you should, because it's something that, like, for me, I release a lot of my anger and anxiety and like stuff into my writing, and when I'm writing, it like calms me down and like gives me a fresher outlook on stuff, and then I'm like back into the okay, let's handle and tackle this day.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, Wabbit. I'm so happy you were a guest on my stream today, because honestly, you've talked about so many things that obviously I hold dear to my life. So I love that you found ways to, instead of being a victim to your disorders, you found ways to combat them and own them in a way, right? And not let them kind of alienate you or make you, like I said, a victim of life. So that's awesome. Like I love your passion for writing. That's awesome. Like I said, I used to love to read fan fiction, also write it from time to time. So I understand the need to want to, just kind of get lost in a story. I totally get
that. When
I'm
reading, I can get so lost. Yeah.
Me too. I fall into a story. Don't talk to me. I'm reading. I love that. You guys, if you're not just joining, this is Tantric Lover. It's Own Your Glow. We're talking with Wabbit, and she's owning her glow. Before we get into any more, shout out to the top 3 gifters of the stream. Yasmin, Shelly, and my bestie, Jazzy Got Options. Please hit them with a favorite. Hit Wabbit with a favorite. You see the vibes. Wabbit, what you got going on your stream? I'm hitting you with your favorite. What we doing over there?
I need to be more consistent. I keep telling myself this like over and over again. I need to be more consistent. I'm not a consistent streamer right now. But when I am on, you can catch me hanging with my animals. You can catch me singing. I'm a singer. Absolutely love singing. Or you can catch me battling like my friends and just chilling. I love to talk. So like if you want to come in and chill and just like talk to me, you're more than welcome to. I also am a featured show host.
Ooh, okay. Talk about the feature.
So it happened about 2 months ago. I've been doing my show for about a year now. But yeah, I got my featured 2 months ago. It's a featured trivia show. So every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's a couple hours from now. It's a 4-contestant race to answer 25 questions.
Okay.
And then I have like an audience edition at the end of it, and a giveaway that I do for top gifter. A couple other things that are exciting in it.
I love that. That's awesome. I love that. Next time I want you to come back, and I need you to sing for me, because you kept that from me till the very end, because you knew I would ask you to sing, and I don't like that, okay? But I'm definitely going to have you back. I definitely want you to sing for me for sure next time. I love that. And I need every single person. If you have not yet, please hit Wabbit with a favorite. Wabbit, thank you so much for spending some of your Sunday with me. And I will definitely come and try and check out your feature show later today. I appreciate you. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your Sunday.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys, if you're now just joining, this is Own Your Glow with me, Tantric Lover. I've just finished my deep pore cleanser on my face. You see it. You see the clean. All right. It's very, very clean right now. We're going to get into my first mask of the day. Hopefully my other guest is here. She likes to be late. I saw her in the comments. If you are here, Clementine, please request the box, please. And we're going to get into the rest of my skincare routine. You guys, if you are not a featured show guest, please do not request my box. It is not for you. Hello, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. If I didn't greet you, I appreciate you. You know, I cannot greet every single person that comes into the stream because I need to focus on my guests. This is, strictly for them, but I love you. I appreciate you for being here. Shout out to all the comments, the questions. Yes. Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Hi. I made it.
You missed my first part of my show. I was giving you so much credit because my topic of the day, it's totally fine.
All right.
My topic of the day was hair care and how to help build like your natural hair, because I, as you know specifically, I am on a natural hair care journey. So I was giving some of the tips that you actually told me and that have been almost wondrous on my hair. I've seen so much new growth in the last month. It's amazing. So I was definitely sharing those tips earlier. But anyways, we have the guru herself here. I'm so excited to have you on my stream. So let's get into it. Clementine, how do you like to own your glow?
Like makeup wise, skincare wise, which way?
We could go whatever way you want to go, baby.
Makeup, I feel like same makeup every day. I have like just a bag, same stuff.
Let's talk about hair care, because like I said, that was the topic of my show, and I know you have so many good ideas and good things that help grow your hair, and things that you've also like shared with me. Let's get into that. What are some of the things that you like to use to like grow your hair and like help you?
So I feel like there's a lot of different, I went through like after I had my son, I had hair loss, so I went like deep into it. I not only had hair loss, I gave myself a bob. Terrible, pink bobs. Don't recommend it. So I think I started first with supplements. Then I started trying to switch up my shampoos. Then I ended up in the whole like what porosity my hair is, because I was like over like weighing down my hair. My hair is low porosity. I did not know that. So I feel like then going into your products, and then you can have low porosity and be white. It's just a hair type.
That's actually a good question. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's actually a good question. So, okay, so let's talk about it, because you kind of grazed over it, but we're going to, I love to unpack on my show. So, you said that, so what hair supplements do you take?
Zinc, biotin. I just take like a multi now, like one that's made for that. But I like them high in zinc. What else is there? B12 is good. B12 and zinc are actually really good for helping slow down the process of your hair going gray, because your hair going gray is like a peroxide type enzyme in your hair that you start to lose the color for. So that's good for that.
Oh, so you don't have to go gray is what you're saying?
I feel like you can slow it down for sure. Or there's like, you never really know, but what's in your diet, like eating things like spinach, like things that are going to be high in those vitamins, anything keratin is good for you. Carrots, all that kind of shit.
Okay, so we've talked supplements, we've talked food. Obviously, you're right, diet is huge on like anything that you want to improve with yourself. It always starts with what you're putting in your mouth, right? Like I was talking about putting a collagen mask on, but also drinking your collagen is huge. Collagen is huge for your hair, your skin, your just overall glow. This is absolutely nothing is wrong with gray, my love, but we do want we want to slow down the
some people
right, like we want to slow down the signs of aging. So at the end of the day, gray hair is a sign of aging, and so personally, instead of dyeing and masking, you want to slow it down instead of
and a lot of these things like glycerin, collagen, all of those, they're good for your bone health too, and like aging, that's like not all of these things are superficial. When they help you from the inside and they're helping your actual muscles and your bones, like it just helps you in general. Like your bones, nails, and hair are all kind of within the same proteins that they need, kind of thing.
I love that. Okay, so if you guys are not just joining, this is Own Your Glow with me, Tantric Lover. No, I am not doing blackface. I'm already black. I am doing a peel off charcoal mask with vitamin C. It is amazing. Okay, it's going to lift off that first layer of dead skin. Yes, it is not it is not blackface. Okay, it's not that kind of party over here. But I love this mask. It's so amazing. It really, really, really helps lift off, like I said, that first layer of dead skin, because we carry a lot of dirt that we don't even realize. Even though I've washed my face twice, there's still a lot of dirt that's in there. So I like to rip it out. Okay, we're not dealing with it.
Right off.
If you guys haven't already, please hit me with a favorite. Hit my beautiful guest Clementine with a favorite. You see everything that she's sharing. She is my personal guru. Okay, we have long conversations about health, skincare, how well, like everything.
That's
Okay.
good.
And it's really important to honestly, truly have someone that you can talk these things with, because she has helped change my life just as I'm trying to help change.
I'm deep on the internet on this stuff.
Yes, she is. Okay. And so I love her. I did see a question of if you would like to be a guest. If you would like to be a guest, make sure you hit me with a favorite. Hit me with a favorite on Instagram. You can send me a message on there. Send my admin, Jazzy Got Options, or Emoji J, my beautiful, beautiful admins, a message. And we would love to have you as a guest on the show. So let's get back into it. So let's talk porosity. Why was finding out the porosity of your hair important?
Because the porosity of your hair basically is going to tell you how much moisture your hair can take in, like how resilient your hair. Like when I get into the shower, it takes a long time for my hair to get really wet, but it takes forever. Like if I don't blow dry my hair, it will stay, like once the water's in there, it's in there. Like you have to blow dry it out. So I feel like porosity comes into a lot of things, like what kind of deep conditioners you're using. Like I can't use anything that is too heavy, because it's just going to lay on the surface of my hair. It's not penetrating anything. It's not going to do anything for me. I think like the main thing that I do now is I always put a little bit of oil at the end of my hair. I wear, like hair safe. Like I put my hair in braids when I go to bed, and I put a little bit of oil in it, and then, just try to wear it in a safe way. And then I also put a little bit of oil on it before I go and shampoo it. But before I shampoo it, I always put a bit of conditioner. Like my ends get really dry. Even though I don't dye my hair is really brittle. Like it's just the way that my hair is. So protecting it that way.
So oil before wash day is important.
Right, but it depends on what the oil, because I also oil my scalp, which I use a totally different oil. I use like a light carrier oil on my end, so any almond oil, jojoba oil. I don't put like the castor oil or like any of the like essential oils in it. I just use like straight oil. Coconut oil in my hair, don't mix.
Oil not good for your, because I actually like castor oil.
Castor oil I use on my scalp. So I make like a mixture that I use on my scalp, like I was telling you before. I either microneedle or I do my like scalp massages. That's what I put onto my scalp. But if I were to put it on the ends of my hair, it's too heavy. Like, and it's just not necessary. I'm basically just trying to seal my split ends before I go and put water and like shampoos and strip all of the stuff that it already has in there. I'm just trying to seal all the good stuff in, I
love that. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, because that's honestly what I do too. Like, so let's talk about it before because me and you, we can get into it, right? So let's talk about the microneedling. I recently just started microneedling my scalp to help. So let's tell me more about the microneedling.
I love microneedling. So I use a stamp one. I don't use like the rolling one, because that can kind of drag and actually cause like a lot more damage. Basically, microneedling, it's either a stamp, or you can see them in rollers. They have these little sharp needles on the end of them. And you're just kind of trying to stimulate the blood flow and all the skin, like the skin's trying to get below the top layer of skin cells to, have a new, it like resurfaces them. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean?
So I we had this conversation and I purchased it. So I don't have it with me right now, and I should, but so basically it's like a stamp with needles.
Do you want me to show it?
Yes, please. It's a stamp with needles on it, and it basically allows you, because a lot of times you don't have hair growth or you have hair loss because the hair is just below the surface, right? And so like when you do the microneedling, it really helps break free of like that dead skin, right? That's covered up and blocking new growth, right? So a lot of times you don't have new growth because exactly, it looks just like that. You don't have new growth. You don't have new growth because your hair is not being able to push through your scalp, right? And so exactly, So you stamp your hairline, and you stamp your areas of that you notice, thinning hair, or a lack of growth in, and it allows you to really have new hair growth. And then once she does that, or and me, you massage castor oil into your scalp, right? Because the castor oil, organic castor oil, really
Mhm.
helps with new hair growth. And like I said, it's really been vital for me. I cut my hair like really, really short. And so lately I've been seeing so much new hair growth, especially around my hairline, which is where I struggle with new hair growth. So it's been vital. And she is my hair care guru. So if you want any more information, any more advice, don't ask me, ask Clementine. Make sure with a favorite. If you're now just joining, this is Own Your Glow. I have a face mask on. Not too much on me. I will be glowing and beautiful in a few hours, and you're going to be mad. Make sure you hit my top 3 gifters of the stream, Yamin, Shelly, and Jazzy Got Options with a favorite as well. And make sure you hit Clementine with a favorite, because even though she doesn't stream, she likes to gather the faves, okay?
I do stream. I do. Thank you.
So let's talk about
Yeah.
something else. What else do you like to do to like help with your hair growth? Because I know, like, as a redhead, it's something that, like you said, you really tried to work on.
I feel like those are like the main things that I use for hair growth. I think, like I said before, it's just like switching switching up things that don't work, like switching up your shampoos. I'm not like someone that believes in buying like the most expensive shampoo. Honestly, my hair was the nicest when I was younger. I think it really has to do with like lifestyle. There's also there's so many things. I think the main thing is sticking to a routine. If you find like doing one thing is like doing all if you start all of these things at once, it's going to be overwhelming. Like no one has time for that. They become such a routine when you habit stack them. Like I think if I were to start like from the beginning and just do something, I think even just oiling your hair is a good start. You don't have to really buy anything new. Most of us, you can use like avocado. There's so many different oils that you can use that you probably just have in your pantry. It's not one of those things where you have to buy something new or have like the best of something. Starting even just with the massaging and like getting the blood flow to your scalp, getting like actually moving your scalp from your like your skull helps with the blood stimulation, which anything like that is going to help the part of your body that you're trying to heal or regenerate itself.
Yeah, regeneration is truly
Mhm.
important, and it really does start with blood stimulation, circulation. So I totally agree with that. Honestly, you like changed my life when you changed my life when you told me that I needed to focus on like the stimulation, like kind of like the upside down, making sure the blood go to my scalp, and
Right.
then making sure that it's stimulated in that way. That changed my life, honestly.
Because I feel like even myself, when I first started like trying to grow my hair, our first thing that we see in media to be targeted is like split ends or dealing with the problem that you already have. You're better off growing healthy, fresh hair than trying to save like just keep cutting off the dead ends. Do like I don't do full haircuts. I do like trimming mine where I just go off and just straight up just trim the dead ends. I don't go and do like every once in a while I'll cut up like a bit of it myself, but just like getting rid of what has already been damaged, especially if you use a lot of like heat or you dye your hair, and then just working on the hair the new hair growth that's coming out, you're going to see a lot better results than if you just are treating the hair that is already the problem.
Okay, so before we end, because we are coming to the end of my show, but do you like hair masks? Is that something that you suggest to people, or is that like kind of like one of those like fads?
I'll do it like for fun, but I don't find that they do like, and I've bought them all. I've bought like the one, like I've bought like you name it, and I probably have tried it. I don't find they're hugely effective. They're not life-changing. The only time that you can really tell a difference is if the product has like some type of silicone or like, base like that. It's gonna look good, but then you're gonna end up cleansing. Like I use a cleansing shampoo once a week. You're going to strip all of that away anyways, and you're just left with your hair. So
Okay.
I don't I don't think they're huge. I think they're good to, you know, moisture, but again, going back to porosity, like figuring out what kind of hair mask would be most effective. They don't hurt, but I wouldn't go and spend your money on them.
Okay.
You're better off putting like honey in your hair and olive oil,
Yeah,
to be
like
honest.
I was talking about that. Like I've been doing like an aloe vera hair
Yeah.
mask, you know, rosemary and
Right.
oils, like focusing on the oils, focusing on the
Mhm.
rosemary, on the cloves, on the cinnamon is just has really just helped with stimulation and like circulation and helping with like regrowth. So that's
Right.
awesome. You guys, if you're now just joining, this is On Your Glow with me, Tantric Lover. I got Clementine in the box. Clementine, thank you for being here, even though you're late.
Oh, sorry, girl. I was cleaning. I was like, I totally, yeah, I made it.
Please hit her with a favorite. Clementine, what goes on in your stream? We're hitting with your favorite. Where can we find you? When can we find you? What's going on?
You guys, most of you know me. I'm just here when I'm here, and I'm just chilling. I just like to be part of the community.
We love
Yeah.
a community a resident, you know, when she's here, she's here. When she's not, she's not, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll chill. Life's been busy, but I try to pop on and say what's up when I can.
I love that. Well, I appreciate you for being here and taking the time to hang out with me on this beautiful Sunday, and I hope you
I love
have
your show. I'm so sorry I'm late. Thank you everyone for coming and showing.
And we can just talk all things skincare and glow, and you know, you look amazing, and we love a natural skin girly, you know. So thank you.
Yeah.
Have an amazing rest of your Sunday, girl. I appreciate you.
Bye guys. Have fun.
Bye. You guys, I am finishing up my skincare routine. We have come to the end of the show. I appreciate you guys for being here each and every Sunday. Thank you for all the comments, the questions, the faves, the love, the gifts. Shout out to my #1 gifter of the stream, Kevy T. Shout out to Ya and Shelly. Please hit them with a favorite. Thank you for being here each and every Sunday. I appreciate you guys. Like, this is awesome. Thank you for the love. You guys are the reason why I am here. Again, if you would like to be a guest on my show, make sure that you hit me with a favorite. Send me a message on Instagram. Send my admin Emoji J a message, or Jazzy Got Options. We would love to have you a guest on the show. And I will see you again next week at 3 p.m. Eastern. I love you guys. Make sure that you take the time to love yourself, because if you do not, who will? Okay? And I will see you next week on Your Glow. Shout out to my #1 gifter of the stream, Radar.